Welcome everyone back to the Problematic Podcast. I'm your friendly neighborhood co-host Rita with my friendly neighborhood co-host Whitney. Whitney, how you doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
I am fantastic. I'm all right. I won't complain. It's May. I feel like this year it was New Year's Eve last week.
Like 10 minutes ago.
And 10 minutes ago. And now
Yeah.
It's May. Weird. It's gonna be May. It's here.
I had avoided that so hard, and here you go.
You tried.
I did. I tried so hard.
But I mean, we're here. It's May. I feel like before we know it, it'll be Christmas again.
I should start planning this kid's birthday party, is what you're saying.
You should probably get on it.
In November.
In November.
10 minutes from now.
My birthday is in August, and I've already started planning mine.
Well, to be fair, that's like right around the corner.
It's next week, essentially. It's tomorrow.
You're gonna wake up and be like, birthday.
I don't know. Is this like what happens with age? Like, I wonder. I sit and wonder. So I am a woman of a certain age. I'm in my 30s. Does time move this fast for like the 15-year-olds out there?
No, I remember time crawling, child. Do you remember?
Yes, it felt like the school year lasted for 9 years.
Why am I still being educated? Like, I was really like to go and be dumb for the summer, please. Thank you.
It should be over by now.
Why are we still doing this?
I am I'm a little concerned, but it's coming and it's going. So like I always say, if you got some goals, this is the year to put them into place, because before you know it, your goal will be reached. There's no time like the present, as they say, because you literally gonna wake up tomorrow and it's gonna be Thanksgiving. I hope everybody's ready for that.
Nope, not at all. Nope.
What you been listening to?
Again, not a damn thing.
Oh my!
I have to do so much better.
What have you been reading?
Child, no one can see. I'm surrounded by books.
She is.
We already talked about the poverty book that I was reading, right?
I don't think so.
Poverty by America.
No.
Actually, no. Scratch that. We'll talk about that another time, because it's depressing.
I'm right.
Actually reading Black Women Writers at Work.
Black?
It is a compilation.
Okay.
It's a compilation of a bunch of interviews done by Claudia Tate. Ooh. And it includes Nikki Giovanni, Toni Morrison, Maya Angelou, just a host of just brilliant Black women writers, who they write for, why they write. It is gathering me up. It is getting my feelings together, but the wisdom.
Good wisdom.
The only thing is, it's a little wonky because times have changed. When the original copy came out, it was like in the, I think either it was like late 80s, early 90s. And we've had some changes.
Oh, have we now? Well, back then abortion was legal and now it's not. So start there.
Help us, Savior Christ. But anyway, yeah, girl. That's what I've been reading. I'm trying to do so much better with the music. I need to actually listen to more music, because the music that I have, you're not gonna be pleased with. We've been listening to Storybots. They have
okay, all right.
They have some bops over there.
Our favorite songs are household.
The song. We like the key song. We like the ice song. These are all rap songs, by the way. They have raps for the Tyrannosaur, like dinosaurs and like space.
Everything.
I love the Storybots. They have all different kinds of music, but we gravitate toward the urban flavor. So yes,
I'm here for Storybots. Yes. It counts. It counts. You've been listening.
It's boring. How about you?
So Jidenna has a new album out. Came out Friday, and it's called Me, You, and God. And I haven't listened to the whole album yet. I'll be fair. I'll be very fair. But thus far, I like it. And I think the thing that I like about Jidenna so much, even earlier in his career, it's like, I don't know. If somebody says, what does Jidenna do? Do you go, is he a rapper? Or is he a singer? Does he do Afro beats? You get it all in this album. That's why I'm a fan of his. And I mean, like from the very beginning, it's like a ballad, but then there's a little rap in it, and then there's a little wind up your hips music. It's
Not
like
wind up your hips.
wind up your hips music.
He's whatever he wants to be.
He's whatever he wants to be.
He's a multi-hyphenate.
But he also looks like the game, and every time I see him, I'm like, I'm never going to forget that Halloween where they dressed as each other for Halloween.
No, they didn't.
Yes, Jidenna was.
Yes, that did not.
Jidenna was the game, and the game was Jidenna for
the awareness.
Yes, they knew. They were on the Twitter. They knew what we were saying, and they made it happen. So I'm looking forward to finishing out this album. I've had a crazy weekend, but I'm gonna make sure that I finish that out, and it's been good so far. I like the fact that, you know, his music, you never really know what you're gonna get. I do have another musical artist I would like to talk about, and you can help me with this because, you know, you're famous and you do the PRs. I don't know. Well, I think you should do PR. When I become a big, huge celebrity like you, I'm going to need a PR person, and I hope that it's you are. But can we talk about Jamie Foxx and his PR team and how, I mean, sealed like a casket type.
Double pay them. Pay them.
Triple pay them.
Whatever you're paying them, add more.
Add tax, add everything.
And a vacation.
Jamie Foxx has been in the hospital for weeks.
God bless him. God bless him.
Weeks.
Poor man.
And we're all praying for him. I feel like Jamie Foxx is like our older, younger uncle who we all kind of grew up with, like his music, his comedy specials, his TV.
Yeah.
He's like a part of the Black community.
The culture,
So a lot of it, people are like, well, y'all are being nosy. It's none of your business. Yes, you're not wrong. It is none of our business. We are being nosy, but also you're not going to act like this person isn't a part of our culture and we can't care. Right?
People care. Like, y'all are weird about people caring now. This is strange.
Thank you, Whitney.
People care.
People do care. But what I can say is whoever is around that man in the hospital, outside the hospital, his family, you know it's something. And this is going to sound really tacky on my part, but I was okay, Jamie Foxx is sick. We don't know if it's a stroke. We don't know if it's a hemorrhage. We don't know what's going on. But TMZ will have the news to us by the end of the week. That's what I got. You know, TMZ be everywhere. Like, you don't work for TMZ at the moment, but they will deputize anybody with a phone and a camera, and now you too work for TMZ. TMZ hasn't even really speculated what's going on. I mean, because
I am thrilled.
After the whole them telling everybody what happened to Kobe Bryant before Kobe's family could be notified,
they could fight me. They could fight me in the street.
They are the tic-tackiest, but rarely do they have to retract their stories. And that's
very
rarely. TMZ is becoming one of those sources, like when they say it, I almost want to believe it now because, you know, they get their job done. But for the fact that Jamie Foxx has been hospitalized for weeks, we have received no specific condition or even, I mean, there have been rumors, but nobody really knows why he's there. That says something about his family, his circle, and his PR people. I would even venture to say that your boyfriend, Jonathan Majors, need to get on the phone with Jamie Foxx team, because between Jonathan...
Why you keep bringing him up?
I'm going to bring it up all the time until it gets resolved.
Devastated.
It's fine. You're happily married. Your
I know. I just
wanted the best.
I just wanted the best for him. We were all rooting for you.
Yeah, I feel like maybe if Jonathan Majors had a PR team like Jamie Foxx, he could have got the benefit of the doubt. Instead, he had his janky internet lawyer who released text messages, and everybody was like, well, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And then those messages came out, and we were like, nah, he did that shit.
You did it. You did it. And it has to be wild. Wild what you did, because people are jumping off like it's the damn Titanic, just jumping into the freezing cold water.
Right.
They're like, we out.
we are getting off of this
I would
train.
rather be unemployed.
Oh, that's
That's what I
bad.
said. I'd
That's
rather be unemployed. I'd rather
then
not make money.
then sit beside you.
You.
Us. So, our prayers are going out to Jamie Foxx and, of course, his family because he's still hospitalized. So whatever it is, regardless of the situation, that doesn't matter because we know that it's serious.
Yeah.
But I will say shout out to his team for looking out for his best interest because y'all are doing the dang thing by
Lock and
keeping
key.
things under wraps. I wish that people protected my business like they protected Jamie Foxx business.
Listen,
Imagine how good life would be if
if
everybody.
everybody protected each other's business, like,
It's it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get into problematic people and you drag people by their earlobes, because I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, Jesus.
I am tired
Oh.
of getting on my super smartphone that I basically use to scroll apps and not call anybody and seeing things about the king's coronation and
Oh.
his his harlot wife.
That is hard.
Harlot wife.
We
I'm
have not, the Black community
hashtag
will never forgive him for what happened to Diana.
never, because
mind you, there's a lot the Black community could be mad at the royals themselves
right.
about. All of our anger, all of our frustration, all of our ancestral rage.
Right.
But the monarchy is based on Charles and that damn woman of his.
I told you guys before, I don't like it because I feel like Camilla won. And everybody who I've said that to is like, Rita, you are so petty. Diana passed away in 97.
You are absolutely right. You are
it was a long time ago.
Not long enough.
I don't care.
Not long enough. Every time I look at Harry's face and he talks about his mama and he gets emotional, I get emotional too. Because I'm like, damn it, Harry, you should have had your mama. This is not fair. It's not fair what happened. This feels Game of Thrones-ish. I don't like it.
I don't. Oh, it does feel Game of Thrones. I get
Game
that
of Thrones-ish.
Mm-hmm. Get those references. I just don't. I don't know the woman, so y'all can say what you want about that. But I don't like her face. Her face reminds me of like elbow skin. You know how it's like kind of crinkly when you stretch your arm out. She has elbow skin face, and
She's
every time I see her, it looks like she's trying to smile, but her elbow face skin doesn't know what a smile is because she doesn't have a top nor a bottom lip.
Title of the episode. Elbow skin face.
Elbow skin face. I feel like it's a victory for side chicks. And I don't like that because how dare you be a side chick of a sitting prince for decades. Decades. And then you get to be queen. It's just not right.
Well, you know what? This is the perfect time because I feel like the monarchy is collapsing.
Oof, Lord.
Listen,
one black woman said hi to a prince. It should have been going left ever since.
Listen, the Caribbean countries have been jumping ship. The bitches, not the bitches. I'm sorry. I'm calling the British monarchy the bitches. Not the bitches. Not the
Caribbean. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Accurate.
British is what I meant.
You said the bitches, and we all knew what you meant. It's fine. They
are just so over the British. They're like, nah, we're gonna be sovereign now. Thank you so much. We don't
want our independence. We don't even want you on
our money.
We don't want you on our money anymore.
We don't want you to lead us. No, thank you. No.
You can just.
We're not gonna carry you around on them damn chairs on our shoulders anymore. No. Nah, fuck that. No, we don't like you. They looked at William and that woman of his, because I don't like her either. They looked at William and that woman of his, and they were like, nah. We're good. They told them to their face. They were like,
we're gonna pass.
We kind of don't want this anymore.
Yeah, we got your invite to the ceremony, and we get to Charles is officially becoming king.
That's y'all's business.
We just got done with Carnival, so we're a little tired. We can't make it.
That's literally not our business. Side note, I love how you tied this in with the music music portion of the show, because nobody wants to perform damn coronation.
Nobody. It's
like laryngitis.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to be like on Mars that day. I'm so sorry.
It's vocal really rest, because my grandma's little cousins, neighbors, dogs, toad, frogs, aunt got a barbecue, so I gotta show up and show my face.
People just straight up said no, and I was screaming about it. I was like, yeah.
Charles and side chick Camilla?
No, thank you.
Queen consort side chick?
No, thank you.
Nah, we can't. We're not gonna play in Diana face like this. We're not doing that. And I really think a lot of it comes from that. Like, yes, we know the monarchy has to take responsibility. Oh, did you see Queen Anne's? Princess Anne's interview, like the sister, Elizabeth's sister, coming out talking about why Charles and the monarchy don't really want to talk about slavery. Y'all know why they don't want to talk about slavery?
Because they owe us a lot of damn money. That's why.
Because
once we finished paying off the slave owners.
Once we start adding up them figures, that royal family will be bankrupt. Dust.
They wouldn't have the damn monarchy.
Debt.
They would not have the monarchy. Nothing. And knowing you can't tell me anything. And Portugal, don't think I forgot.
We know what you did. You started all this mess.
Don't you think I fucking forgot? We ain't forget. We ain't forget Spain. You either.
We didn't forget.
Every time we look at y'all there, everybody, Europe, it's so beautiful. It's built on the back of people.
We know.
Fuck them castles. Fuck them castles.
This is our
castles. Fuck them crown jewels. Fuck them. Other than like Meghan
return them. But I do think it's funny. Everybody's like, you know what? Yeah, good for Charles, but
nobody's interested.
Nah, I got this thing, with Cinco de Mayo.
Did you see him hissing at like somebody who he'd asked for a pen, and somebody I guess they were taking a look like. I was like, what the fuck is that?
So
sir?
British people do that. Have you ever watched? You probably never watched the House of Commons. It's like the C-SPAN of Britain.
Oh, they be fighting.
They do fight, but they will boo and literally hiss. So what I like about their politics, one plus, is that while they're in session in chamber, they are allowed to boo. You could be up there speaking and trying to save the kids, and they'd be like, boo, fuck you, bloody hell, that's knackers, and then hiss. I try not to knock anybody's culture. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. That's funny.
You hiss at me. That's like spitting at me. Now I gotta fight you.
Now we gotta fight.
Now it's hands and feet. King of, I don't care. The only king I'm respecting is the king of Wakanda. That's it. That is it.
Jesus.
If you don't turn into a Marvel Avenger when shit gets heavy outside, I don't want to hear from you. I just don't. I ain't got nothing to say to you. I said something wrong.
No, you were funny. I said, King Jesus.
Hey, that's it. That's it. That's all.
I'm such an auntie.
You are an auntie.
Only king we serve is King
Jesus. That's it. That's all. I give a damn if you're a monarch. I would be on the news.
Monarch who?
For pushing the king out my way. He was in my way. He was in my way. I said, excuse me.
Old. He's rickety now.
I said, excuse me, and he didn't.
We watched The Crown. We saw how you treated Diana. We saw that movie where Kristen Stewart was trying to convince us that she was a straight.
And that's another thing. Where's the next season of The Crown? We can keep time real well. Y'all owe us another season. Y'all not slick.
You know the writers are on strike.
Oh, God damn it.
You didn't know the writers were on strike?
I did. We were talking about that this morning.
The writers are on strike. Mm-hmm.
Y'all
and they deserve to be. They deserve to be. Do you hear how they're throwing pennies at them? I'm like, you wouldn't have your damn shows.
Right.
And these execs are earning like $300 million a year. Like, motherfucker.
I'm in the wrong business.
That, but also like the wealth hoarding. Don't get me started. Because people are like, socialism. You commie. Someone called me a commie bastard because I told them that racism was wrong. And I was like, get off of I'm like, what is a communist? Tell me what it is.
Most Americans can't define communism, so there's that. Let's start there.
They don't know how the branches of government work. They can't define other. I'm sorry. They're like, we can't just kick the door down while y'all are like tallying up them votes and just put poop on the walls. We can't do that. That's not something.
No, that's illegal, guys. That's
not allowed to do that. No.
No. No, it's not allowed. But you can go back to civics and see what we can do.
That'd be too smart. That would be way too smart.
Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
Most of us are not. Most of us are not.
You're not wrong. You are not.
My child be looking at me sometimes, and I read. So I'm just like, for real, mom. Like,
that's not the way that goes.
That's like, you know what? You millennials. The way we talk about the boomers is the way you millennials.
You millennials.
Golly, Generation Beta.
I, I I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not even gonna say anything about that generation. They just got teeth.
Literally just got here.
They just got teeth, so I'm gonna let them grow a little bit before I start slashing them too. Because
everybody
to be
can
fair,
get it.
I thought Gen Z was awful when they was eating Tide Pods, but then they came out like against racism and they were supporting the trans community. They are growing into a fine group of young ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the Gen Z. We appreciate that y'all ready to fight anybody over.
We'll have a cookout for y'all
one day.
Us over here, the aunties, but there will not be Tide Pods served.
No, yeah, no. They lost me with that. I'm gonna say my one last thing. I hear that on Coronation Day, in solidarity for Princess Di, we're all supposed to change our Facebook and Twitter pictures to a picture of Princess Diana.
Say less. I'm looking for a good one right now.
And I want the revenge dress photo. That's gonna be mine. Mine is gonna be revenge. Yeah, I'm going revenge dress. So I know that y'all may not care, but I care. Hashtag Princess
Eagles jacket.
Forever.
Mine's gonna be the Eagles jacket.
Good one.
Yes.
Good one. See, you are on it.
Yes.
So let's get into these draggings. Are you ready?
Ooh, all right. Hershel Walker.
Oh,
have you heard what happened with poor Hershel Walker?
I haven't, but I haven't gotten a death notice. So
no, he didn't die.
He's still around,
but he's going to jail because, according to the Daily Beast, legal experts say could be the most brazen and egregious campaign finance violation in memory and possible wire fraud. Hershel Walker solicited and received $535,200. You gotta get that 200 on there. $200 from a donor to his private company.
No.
Mm-hmm. $500,000, girl.
You know.
You're going to jail. Hershel Walker, the cop.
You're going to jail.
Hershel Walker, the cop.
This is... I'm
tickled about this because my dad was an old... no, he still is, a Dallas Cowboys fan.
That is egregious.
I know. You see how I've just taken the mantle and just like, all right, listen, we are Philadelphian.
Yeah, what's wrong with your
Eagles?
Is he okay?
He has his reasons. I don't subscribe to them.
Okay.
So
all right.
That's not my faith. That's not my faith practice. That's not my faith practice.
Amen.
So I'm team where I live.
Thank you.
Team where I live. Mm-hmm. And they have been disappointing, but they've also been, I'm very proud of them. Specifically that Jalen young man. He seems like he's a nice young man.
Nice, handsome, well paid.
Man.
May God continue to bless his pockets and bless him in the pocket. God bless and keep Jalen Hurts.
And his agent.
And his team of women around him.
Okay. I'm sorry, we're supposed to be dragging people, but we're supposed to be mad. We're supposed to be angry at people. Giving people accolades. On occasion, we are going to have like the good news show because there's a lot of good things that are happening. But Hershel Walker going to jail. Who else?
Going to jail with CTE is crazy.
You are so funny. Oh yeah, that's why I was talking about my dad. So it was like Hershel Walker, Emmett Smith, all those folks like that. Mm-hmm. And we used to pretend that we were these people. And I'm a little girl. I don't know nothing about the sports. I just know when it comes on, my dad yells a lot and I don't like it. I think that's why I don't like sports now. Like my daddy yells and I don't like it. It's noisy and I get scared. I don't like it.
The trauma response.
I don't like it. But like Earl, my husband, he loves the sports. He don't yell like my dad did. And he watches it with Emmy, and Emmy now is like into it. So I'm like, okay, I guess it's okay. I know. All of us in our orange for Clemson. Who else is? Oh, you remember during the what was that? There was a debate between Biden and that other guy. And the other guy said something to the effect of "Stand back and stand by for the Proud Boys."
Yes.
And you remember, a few months later, they took their sorry asses into the sacred halls of democracy and decided to smear poop on it.
Yeah, I remember.
Well,
I got a story for that too, but go ahead.
I want to hear it.
No, I'm gonna share it. Go ahead.
Okay. The Washington Post just broke that former Proud Boys chairman Henry Enrique Taro and 3 other members of the extremist group were found guilty of seditious conspiracy. Your ass is going to jail. And I'm not a carceral person. Like, I don't really believe in like prison systems, like as a form of like reinstituting people. Mm-hmm. But like, y'all threatened the lives of representatives of the United States. And we needed to see this accountability. I said, okay, great. Now do the ones that are in office.
Right.
Now
that's
do them.
Next.
I would like to see you do them. All of them. Like, especially the Buffalo Head guy. Like, I was happy when he couldn't get his like fancy cheese in prison. You know, I worry about my diet and you weren't worried about your damn diet when you were doing cartwheels up and down out the speaker's chair.
If you're a vegan, prison is probably not the place you want to be. You might want to consider these things before you go breaking in to state and country capitals. This is just not the way.
Yeah.
Like, when I found out that they have to share underwear in prison, like, you don't have your own underwear. It's like you get 3 pair of underwear for the week, and then you turn them back in, and next week you get 3 other random pair of underwear that somebody else wore. I was like, you ain't got to worry about me rolling through a stop sign or nothing. That was scared straight enough for me. Therefore,
that's
I don't...
disgusting.
Yeah, I was watching a documentary, and I said, wait a minute.
I can't. I'm not...
You don't get your own draws. You just get recycled draws and just, yeah.
What was your story about
the Proud Boys? So randomly. So on January 6th, 2001,
21.
I was my fiance at the time and I were in Georgia. We had driven down to Georgia to hang out with my mom. My mom hadn't seen me since I got engaged, so she wanted to come down, see the ring, and do all that stuff. So we're watching this, but you gotta keep in mind we had to drive back up 95
through DC.
Listen, and I was telling my mom, because I love messing with my mom because she's a little more anxious than her. Not her old age, but as she gets older. So I'm like, we're gonna stop at DC and see what's going on down there. She's like, you better not.
You really better not.
So we were good. I think we left on the 7th or the 8th. Either way, we did leave immediately after the whole debacle and them storming the Capitol. We did not stop in DC, but we had to stop in Maryland for like gas at the Maryland house. And literally those people who had like come down the 95 corridor had the place jam-packed. I ain't never seen as many Trump flags and Confederate flags. And it was like a hillbilly Coachella. No. It was so bad. And then we pull into the parking lot and we stop and we're like, okay, are we doing this?
Are we doing this? We're doing
like because you can see them, you come off the rest stop and you got to pass all the cars and the RVs. And when I say there are Trump buses, there are Trump pickup trucks. Everybody's got a flag. We saw this old man with a flip phone. He literally flipped his phone open. He was wearing a Trump shirt. And I was like, this man is too old to even be out here with the shenanigans. So we saw the insurrectionists. We actually had to stop at the rest stop with the hillbilly insurrectionists. And, like we're engaged and we're like holding hands and we're like, okay, we're Black. This is Maryland. Pretty progressive state. Well, we're Black.
But you're surrounded by...
And it was just... It's funny in hindsight, but looking back on it, it's like that not
dangerous.
It's not a comfortable place to be Black and lesbian. And these people are like, they've been chased off by the police and they're all ramped up on their hillbilly cocaine or whatever, methamphetamines, whatever it is that they do. And when I say we were outnumbered like 1,000 to 1, I don't know if they all stopped there to like have a meeting, but when I say every car was a Trump supporter, it looked like NASCAR, but for racists. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. My now wife was like, this is... It was really good of her to put the gravity of the moment into perspective, because she was like, these people just tried to overthrow our government. And now we're trying to get an Annie Ann's pretzel and use the gas amongst these people. It was like really, really... I guess I was too stupid to be scared at the moment, but in hindsight, it's like, Yeah, that probably
wasn't the move.
It probably wasn't the move, but we needed gas. We only, once you get to the Maryland house, you're only like 50 minutes from Philly.
Yeah.
We had to go, but yeah, I had to share that story. I haven't shared it publicly, but
well, I'm happy you're
crazy.
okay.
Thank you.
I'm
We
happy because
survived.
listen, like we stopped at the Maryland house once, and it was during cicada season.
Oh,
them bitches, because I had to change my daughter's diaper. I had to because she pooped, and we needed gas. All right, since we're having this conversation,
let's do it.
I love my husband.
Oh boy. When you start with that, I know it's about to get weird.
No, I do. I really, really do. And when I tell you he's a phenomenal dad, he's a great dad. This was not a shining moment for anyone. We're stopping at the Maryland house. It's cicada season. So, they're just flying everywhere. They can't see. They're just crashing into people and they're everywhere. People are running inside. So I'm like, I have to take her in. I have to change a diaper. Like, she was like a little baby. Not little. She was probably like, 7 months? Anyway, long and the short, we're running inside there. Bathrooms are packed because everyone is stopping because it's the middle of the day at the Maryland house.
Mm-mm.
I look at the changing table. I said, no. No. And I had my little pad. I had my little wipes. New mom, brand new mom. No. So I'm changing her diaper on my lap.
No.
Squatting in one of the stalls.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to pee too. What am I gonna do? I can't hang the baby up on the coat hanger.
This is a lot. I have to pee.
So I go back outside, and here comes Earl walking out the men's bathroom, just whistling.
Just happy.
Tell me you had. I was like, we could have taken turns. He was like, I just figured, you had to change the baby. I figured I would just go. And
wow.
Sir. So I'm like elbow deep in poop. And you're just whistling and hanging out.
Having a
that
good time.
That was a miscommunication. Clearly. That was a miscommunication because I was like, all right, I'm going to go change her and I'm going to go to the bathroom. And he said, okay. So I'm thinking he's going to be out in the car or keep the engine ready because there's flying giant bugs.
Bugs everywhere.
Giant bugs, friends. Picture it. And I'm covering her up with a blanket. One of them hits it, I bat it away. Or hits her and I bat it away. She's looking around really confused. I'm squishy. I'm uncomfortable.
What is
Please
this?
change me because she don't like to be dirty. She ain't never liked to be dirty. And she'll let you know as soon as she's dirty, which I appreciate. Love a clean kid. It was a situation. Not as bad as the Insurrectionists.
Everybody got a Maryland house story. Why is that?
Because it's a hub.
Clearly. I just feel like it's the point where everybody starts running out of gas coming up 95.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming up 95 or going down 95. If you're coming from New York, you probably got stopped there because you had a half tank and it's like, oh, cheap gas. Yeah. That is hilarious. Oh my God. Insurrectionists and cicadas.
That might be the episode title.
Yes. Insurrectionists and cicadas. Big ass bugs and big ass hillbillies.
I got one more person to cuss out. And this is minor.
Go for it.
So this lady from a finishing school, she had just, I don't know if she had graduated or whatever, but her video went viral because she does these videos of elegant, not elegant, right?
Ooh.
Comparing things that are elegant to things that are not. And in this day and age, those type of titles are incendiary. This white woman took her low ponytail and started talking about took her Alexander Hamilton ponytail and started talking about Black hairstyles.
No, she didn't.
She said Afro puffs.
Oh God.
She said Bantu knots. These are the things that she said were not elegant. She said an afro that is put in a ponytail, but someone put ribbons on it, so it was very, very pretty. It felt like Bridgerton style hair if you put it in an afro, but then pulled back. It was very, very pretty. But she said that wasn't elegant, and it was just who asked you?
Nobody asked.
Why are you talking about our hair? They dragged this woman by her before I could even get to her.
She ain't had no eyebrows left.
She ain't had nothing left. So now she was like, well, she issued this apology, which was not apology. I was trying to be inclusive. That's not being inclusive. Essentially. That's not inclusive. That's not inclusive. That's condescension. And Google is your friend. Google's sitting right there. We just heard stories about kids having their locks cut off in the middle of damn
sports competitions.
Something just happened here in Philly. A girl was ejected from a soccer game because she had beads on her hair.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't a safety issue. No one was gonna get hurt. They were playing in grass. No one was gonna get hurt. And no beads were like, it wasn't like the beads were flying out and hitting people. It was like her hair was like pulled up. But they made this big deal about her hair. And I'm like, y'all don't understand that plays into that stereotype about Black hair. I'm like, just like this video. And so they dragged her so bad, she done deleted the video, and like she don't want to talk to Black people no more. And we're like, great. Mutual.
We'll talk to Black people. Bitch, we don't want to talk to you anyway.
To be fair, there was a lot more problematic stories, but I wanted to keep it light because last week was a very heavy episode, and I'd rather just laugh at these people being stupid.
Yes,
and
these people
and receiving consequences. This week was about consequences.
Yes.
So.
Well, girl, you are going to. When I say that our letter this week is very problematic, very.
I don't have enough coffee in this cup.
You don't. We are going to. Yeah, guys, we'll be right back with this week's problematic letter, and we're gonna get through it together.
Lord have mercy.
See you in a sec. You know, we always love to hear from you at the Problematic Podcast. So if you have a problematic question or story, feel free to email us at theproblematicpod@gmail.com, or now you can text us at 267-225-4648. Again, that's 267-225-4648. Standard messaging rates apply. We love to hear from you. Now let's get into today's problematic letters.
I'm cringing already.
You should be. I need a young lady's name.
Oh, man. I got to start keeping a tally of this. Eunice.
All right. Eunice wrote, I was dating this guy and things were going well. We began to get serious and he shared that he had something to tell me and I immediately got nauseous, but I didn't flip out and I asked, what did he need to share? He told me that he was bisexual and he's never dated a woman before. I'm the first woman he's dated. I had no clue. I don't know what to do. Do I continue to date him? It bothers me that he's attracted to men, but I really do like him. What advice do you have for Eunice, Whitney?
Are you sure you want my advice?
Yep, here we go. It's on
Break up with it. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's not my advice. That is actually not my advice.
Wow.
That is not my advice. This is a hot topic on the interwebs.
It is a hot topic on the interwebs. This is a touchy one. Uh-oh.
He's dating you.
He is.
He's dating you right now. And there's something about you and his inaugural, journey into hetero relations. There's something about you. And that's a good thing. I'm not saying that, like he found something beautiful and attractive and wanted to be with you. Maybe it's just me because I'm unbothered by a lot of things, but I'm really unbothered by this. I'm like, okay, girl, pass the syrup. Like, it just
do you need this hot sauce or
it don't bother me. Like, it's just, and he was upfront. He told you. It's not like y'all were dating for like 6 years, God forbid, and then it just pops out of nowhere. Which even then, like, okay, we're exploring ourselves and we're learning more about ourselves. People don't like my takes on these things. I'm unbothered by this. I don't.
That's because you were raised right.
Was I?
Yeah, yeah. Besides your dad being a Cowboys fan, which is out of your control, really.
That's a whole different generation. I have nothing to say about that. But yeah, I'm unbothered by this, and I feel like you should be too, because it's not like he's dating men while he's dating you.
Right.
You guys don't have a polyamorous relationship, and even if you did, like, that's something that y'all would discuss and work out the kinks of. No pun intended. No pun. That was an ax. I'm sorry. The point of it all is that he's dating you right now, and he felt comfortable in you confiding that. And y'all just go to the movies. Just go enjoy your life. This is a non-issue to me.
And
I'm straight, so I'm like, all right, well, girl, like, what is it? Is it the? And I'm not calling Eunice homophobic. That's not what I'm trying to do. But I understand there is a internalized homophobia. Mm-hmm. Like, if this man has had sexual relations with other men, like, that makes you feel weird. But I'm like, he's not having sexual relations with those men with you. Like he's dating you. Like y'all are doing whatever you're doing. That's your business. That's grown. Like that's has nothing.
Right.
I don't know. I'm befuddled because I don't find this an issue. And no anyone who has tried to explain it to me has done a poor job. And I don't see it as an issue.
So I will say a lot of times when I hear women say that they don't date bisexual men, there's a lot of vitriol with it. There's a lot of negativity, there's a lot of mean name calling, there's a lot of nasty, nasty things that go along with that language. So let me start there. We know that that exists. We know a lot of that is rooted in homophobia. And what I mean by that is you may not be interested in dating bisexual men. That's fine. That doesn't make you homophobic.
That doesn't make you homophobic
It's
at
the
all.
nasty, awful things you have to say to justify it that makes it homophobic. So let's put a pin in that. Y'all know it exists. If you're one of those people, you really need to evaluate. Like I can just say, I don't like sweet peas, and I don't have to be like fuck sweet peas because sweet peas been doing blah 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 to the black community for blah 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 blah.
Sweet peas.
None of that is required. I can say I don't like sweet peas. That's not my thing. Shout out to people who like sweet peas and move on about my day.
That's not my yum.
That's not my yum. Now for this yum, let me also say, so I have I share Whitney's sentiments, but I am also the gay girl who dated a lot of straight women.
Yeah, you did.
A lot of straight
learned
women.
Some lessons, didn't you?
So yes, I did. So I am not. I can't sit here and be like, yeah, this is an issue, and I understand why. Because clearly, if I'm a gay person, I'm dating non-gay people, then I understand. I think if you like this young man, clearly there's something about him being bisexual that bothers you. So the first thing I would say is have an honest conversation with yourself and explore why that is. Because a lot of times, a lot of the things that people say when they have this argument, it's not even about the gender that they're attracted to. It's like, oh, what if he cheats on me with a man? Would that hurt you more than if he cheated on you with a woman or your best friend or your cousin or your aunt? Like, so not you're worried about though. If you're worried.
God damn. I'm not. Gladys, get out of here. I'm sorry, Auntie Gladys.
But so like that's his sexuality isn't like the case for that. You're not going to be, devastated more because it's a man, because you just got cheated on, and being cheated on is what hurts.
That part.
So let me say that the first thing you should be doing is probably exploring what it is that makes you a little uncomfortable. Is it what other people will think?
That part.
Because if you're worried about what other people think, get some therapy, because you got a long life to live, prayerfully, and nobody is paying your bills. And if they are, send them my name, because I want my bills paid too.
Me too.
You cannot worry about what other people have to think, because 9 times out of 10, the people who have comments on your relationship either don't have a relationship or aren't doing very well in their own. So let's push those 2 things aside. Third, if this is new for you, and it makes you uncomfortable simply because it's new, it's okay to say that too. Like, I ain't never dated a bisexual person before, and this is new territory for me. I'm used to dating cisgendered heterosexual men. I'm not sure what comes along with this. I might need some time to process this. That's okay too, because new things
all right, girl.
are new things. But and I know a lot of y'all are probably listening and being like, hell no, absolutely not. There's no way that this woman, and that's fine. Believe what you want, date who you want. Because again, I was the gay girl who dated straight people, and my gay friends were like, when are you going to stop torturing yourself? And I was like, never, I love it here.
Never, I love it here.
All for me to end up just marrying a gay woman anyway. But I know that there are a lot of people out there who vehemently disagree. And that's okay too, because guess what y'all don't have to do?
Date bisexual people.
Men. It's not required for you. But if you like this person, you're already on a date with this person, and this person was honest with you and was upfront. He was like, listen, I don't need my cousin or your cousin coming over and telling you some stuff, and then you got to confront me. Okay. I'm telling you right here over these Cheddar Bay biscuits that
we're back at Red Lobster?
Yes, we're back at Red Lobster, because I got so many comments. It's so about how you specifically were dragging Red Lobster.
I love
I
Red Lobster. That's the funny thing. I actually love it. I'm such a boring and basic broad. Like, I actually enjoy a night at Red Lobster. There'll be a good time for me. Except half my friends are allergic to shellfish.
that's I'm
Half of
sorry.
y'all. And I'm like, so I like, no, don't apologize.
I'm
Like, we
sorry.
just go somewhere else. Do you see how unbothered I am? I'm like, that's fine. I don't care. I'm unbothered by these things. Why are we
I mean, he told you over the Cheddar Bay biscuits that, you know, this is his truth, but there's obviously something about you, and pat yourself on the back because, girl, if he's looking in a different direction because of
okay?
you,
Okay.
and let me tell you something, I feel like gay men give the best compliments. Though this is even you,
Black women and gay men.
black women, especially, don't let it be an older black woman.
Oh,
Oof,
honey, listen.
oof.
That civil rights energy just gets to me every time. Yes, Lord. I feel liberated. Yes, because she done been through some things. She said
Yes,
toils and snares. All of it.
toils and snares.
That
She
compliment means something.
It means a lot. So I say all of that to say, you know, this person likes you, and if you like them enough to be like, this is new for me, this is different, I don't know what I'm walking into, but I'm willing to try it, do it. If you are too uncomfortable because it's too new or you don't understand it, offer him, this gentleman, the same consideration that he is giving you, and tell him up front, you know what, this isn't for
Please,
me.
Eunice, please.
I'm just being honest. I don't think I can do this. I don't think this puts me a little too far out of my comfort zone. I hope that you understand and leave it at that. Because again, the vitriol, the nastiness, and all of the hateful things that the people say about the LGBTQIA plus community, as soon as anybody mentions a heterosexual cisgender woman dating a bisexual man, oof, y'all become so uncivilized and so
Just
unevolved.
unnecessarily.
It's not to just be like, yeah, that's not for me.
Yeah, you could just say no, thank you.
That's it. That's all.
No one's whole lineage has to be cussed. No one's like has to be
And,
torn down. Like,
right.
girl, settle down.
You can just be like, yeah, that's not for me. That ain't my
And that's you're
bag.
allowed that. You're allowed that space to do so.
But
We have to go back though.
yes, go ahead.
We have to go back because comments. What comments are?
Oh, people were just saying that you were dragging Red Lobster,
But I
and
love Red Lobster.
it didn't seem like it.
I promise you, I love Red Lobster, guys.
I wasn't feeling the good Red Lobster vibes, and neither were the people, the
I want to
listeners who were on
apologize
Facebook.
to the Red Lobster conglomeration and community. I did not mean to offend.
We are definitely pro sponsorships and pro Red Lobster sponsorships. Red Lobster, I can't dine at your fancy establishments because I am one of those people who just happens to be allergic. But we love sponsorships, and by all means, put an ad right at the front of these episodes. We don't care.
Listen,
We love you guys.
we absolutely will, 100%. But also, I'm sorry, I lost my whole thought. I got distracted because I looked outside. There's this sparrow
Oh no.
where my window is. I could see that they're like tending to a nest. And it's
Oh,
I'm sorry. I get
new homeowners. That's beautiful.
I'm like, I like my neighbors.
Them.
I'll be checking on them. They're really cute. It's like two of them, but I've now, because I keep staring at them, I have identified which are my sparrows because they pop up sometimes right here on my window and like will sit here for a second. And I'm like, oh, look at you guys, like just taking a break before you go see your children. It's like people who park the car in the driveway and sit in the car for a minute before they go in the house.
Some people have to decompress before they walk into their own homes.
You know,
and that I never want to have one of those homes.
I walked
random. We have digressed and we've moved on from Eunice.
I'm sorry, Eunice. We could give. Support Eunice. We support you.
I walked outside. I was going to the gym and my wife was getting home from work and she was sitting in the car and I was like, oh no. I literally went to her car window. I was like, is this happening in our marriage? Is this you don't want to come in the house?
Oh no.
Like, I was turning off the car. It just the timing of it all just seemed like I was like, if it's too hard and you need
no.
Let's get some help. It's okay. We can work through this. I'm going to love you through this. She was like, shut up and go to the gym. Get away from my car. Yeah.
Marriage.
That's how she treated me. Marriage. That's marriage.
This is marriage.
I want to thank everybody once again for listening to us rant and banter, because we just
get on the phone and just talk to each other
every week.
Every single week. All we do is get together and just talk to each other.
We thank you guys for tuning in, and we hope that you all have a fantastic week. See you next week on the Problematic Podcast.
Bye.